All right, let's get this started. RedditRah, episode 6. We coming back again. All right, I'm gonna sit over here so I can be like more in the camera. But let me put it right here. Move my mic. All right, we're gonna get it started in 3, 2, 1. Hello. Hi. How are you? Ask me how I am. Come on. Don't be rude. Don't be just thinking about yourself all the time. That's your problem. But anyways, we're not going to talk about our problems. What we're going to talk about today is my podcast. And where are we? Where is she? Where is me? We? RedditRah! Get loud. Yeah. Please, give me that energy. Energy. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm your host. I'm your bad bitty. And I'm your everything. Queen Ra, a.k.a. Queen Joe, a.k.a. now RedditRah. Come on, duh. Okay, so today, we back at it again. We're back at it again. You and me and you, we're here. And we're going to talk about some things. But first, we're going to talk about our theme. And the theme for today is one that really had just popped up to me on Reddit. And it was basically like venting. I'm saying that word so bad. Venting. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through this venting thread. And we're going to read and talk about and think about those things that we're going to see in it. Thank you. Let's see what this first. Let's start scrolling on this. Let me see. First of all, you got to open Reddit. We got Reddit. Yes, we do. I got Reddit. How about you? Get Reddit. Okay, now let's continue. Oh, this first one is like really ouch. Yeah, let's read this one because not only is it like, but it's also not too long because we don't like them too long. We don't like autobiographies here, novels, textbooks. We like them short and sweet, just like me. But anyways, the first one says it's in the venting thread, right? Like I said, the theme is venting. But it says, I just wish my daughter liked me. Ouch. Okay, it says, she's 14. Like the worst specimen of humans. 14-year-old girls are mean and just awful. I'm a single mom, no support from her dad, and I have done everything I could do for her. Private schools, brand name clothes, vacations. She seen Blue last night, so I brought her flowers. She said they didn't match her room and to take them away. She hates me. She hates my clothes, our home, my humor, my interests. And the thing is, I'm actually a really interesting person. I have had experiences that most folks haven't. I was a comic, a Shakespeare scholar, a high fashion shopper for rich people, a sushi chef. Like, I am proud of me. And this child does not give a shit. I am waiting on test results to let me know if I have cancer. And she hates my flowers. I'm just sad and needed to vent. Thanks for reading. Okay, so for this one, I do have to agree with you when it comes to kids being mean. I work with kids. I have worked with kids a lot of times. And it's like, I don't know why they just lack empathy. They do. That's why a lot of them, they do and say the things that they do. But a lot of times though, at least with some people, I feel like empathy comes from a place of like, I know what that feels like. And I don't want to make you feel that way. Or I don't want to do that to you personally. And it's really hurtful. Like, you can tell that, like, her mom is really just trying. And I know that I'm going to dread that stage when I get into it with Eli, where, like, he's getting bigger and he think he grown. And then you got to deal with all that. That is around that age, 14. Me, my damn self went through that. We all did. It's either you went through it. We all went through it, of course. And then you grow up, and if you have kids, and then you have to deal with it on like the back end. Like now, the roles have reversed. We switching up the tempo. Now I am the person trying to, no, you switching up the tempo, you switching up the roles. Basically, like, instead of you being a kid, like, now you're the adult and you see what it feels like for the adult, and it gets wicked. I feel like you're a sweet mom. You bought your daughter flowers. I feel like that's the best thing too, because it's like, who else? A lot of people in this world is not going to give your baby flowers. And the fact that you will, you're setting that standard for her to want flowers, to deserve flowers, to get flowers. But it's kind of sad at the same time too, though. But I could just tell from even reading this, the way that she's acting is because of her mama. You're literally seeking validation from a child. You're seeking validation from her. The fact that you had to end this off by saying, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that, and she still don't think I'm cool, she still don't like me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, you need to stop that. You saying that you give her this, that, and the third, you're basically trying to, like, buy her likability, buy her attention, buy her love. That's not good. Because all you're gonna do is what you already have done, from I could tell reading this short passage, is make her spoiled and entitled and nasty and rude and mean and cruel, because she not thinking about all of that. Not only is she not thinking about all of that because she's a child, but as well as, like, I still feel like even with children, you should disclose certain things with them so that they can understand, because a lot of times when they're trying to do things, we need to know why. We need to know why. Because the why is very much important. And it's just sad to see, honestly, a mom who's, like, really trying. But I feel like the vacations and clothes and private schools and all of that stuff is good. But you have to raise your kid a certain type of way when you do just give them things. When you do have them, like, they not in the struggle. They not in the trenches. They don't have to worry about, like, our lights being off tomorrow, us eating tomorrow, that type of stuff, because they got a silent parent. But it's like, you need to let them understand that this is a privilege. There are so many children, people, who don't have what you have. And because that is a fact, you need to appreciate what you have. Because I could easily take it away. God could easily take it away. Or just anything in general. Like, you have to appreciate this. You have to appreciate this, especially because for some people, that'll be the only time in their life where they even get that. So with that being said, there's nothing wrong with spoiling your kids, putting them in privilege, keeping them away from certain stuff and all of that good stuff. But it's like, at the same time, though, you need to have a balance. Even though I'm going to do certain stuff with my son and spoil him and make sure he don't have to worry about certain stuff, he's also going to understand that there are people who don't have what you have. And because that is true, you need to appreciate this 10 times over, especially if someone gave it to you, because nobody don't owe you nothing. And they act like your parents owe you something, but there are a lot of parents who have kids and it's just kids. And that's why I'm gonna leave it that. But I have to say, ending this one off, I am really sad that she is possibly could be diagnosed with cancer and she has a spoiled, entitled child. But when you see spoiled, entitled children, and she straight up in this passage said it was her fault. So I don't even know how to reverse that. I don't know what to say about that, because I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to do my son like that. You can have the best of the best, yes, but you're also going to understand that, like, you having that doesn't make you superior to anybody. And somebody else not having it doesn't make them inferior to you. And just point blank period, you should appreciate what you have. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciation is the word today. Let's move on to the next one. That one is really sad. And if the person who posted this see this, girl, you need to motherfucking lock in and lock that little motherfucking down and stop letting her, you're letting her control the situation and you're the parent. And on that note, we're going to move on to the next story, because it's like, baby, come on, baby. This is no. You created the monster. You created that monster. Some people can't stand the way their kids is. Guess what? It's your fault. Anyways, let's move on to some bigger and some bigger things, some other things. Mm, let me see. Screen cut. Ooh. This one is on a little bit on the longer side, but I want to read it because it looked like it's really good. It says venting. Being a woman is exhausting. TW eating disorders / self-image. Okay, I guess that's a little warning, not warming. Anyways, being a woman trying to exist anywhere in society is a full-time job with overtime and no pay. In fact, they're charging you to work overtime. Everywhere you go, you're judged for how you dress, look, carry your bag, how you walk is not elegant or womanly enough. But don't dress too nice, because that makes you look pretentious and rich, and we don't like rich people. Everywhere online, skinny talk, take this probiotic. Here's 50 million types of protein powders to try. Here's your 100 steps skincare routine for glass skin. Try this pair of leggings that I'm sponsored to tell you looks good, but it's only flattering if you look like me. You have to be skinny, but not too skinny. That's anorexic. You can be fat, just not too fat. And you can't be working out while you're being fat, because that's promoting obesity. Hold on, what did it say? No, it says, and you can't be working out while being fat, because that's promoting obesity. Mindful eating, intuitive eating. Try these million restricting diets that make you want to throw up. Here's how to balance your hormones and get rid of bloating forever. Pilates and yoga. Actually, no. Do weightlifting instead. But if you want to lose belly fat, give me 28 days to get you snatched with only cardio. Are you fat, skinny? Are you skinny fat? Here's how you fix that. I've never been diagnosed with an eating disorder, but I swear to God I have one. The constant food noise is insane. There's never a waking minute that I'm not thinking about food and how my body looks and how many inches my waist is and that my weight went up 0.02 kilograms since yesterday. I don't fit in the beauty standard. Why the fuck is there one anyway? And I'm fine with that. Society doesn't seem to like that though. Do I think I could be healthier? Yes. I can't walk up a few flight of stairs without getting breathless, so yes. But I absolutely do not want criticism of my body regardless of anything I'm doing, even if it's just existing. The internet is a dangerous echo chamber and spiral of body image issues. God, I hate it here. Maybe parents are right. It's the damn phone. Edit. The takeaway that people seem to be getting from this post is that it's me. It's a me problem. No, it's not my problem. The fact that there are so many videos promoting a disordered and obsessive lifestyle is the problem. The fact that there are literal 13-year-olds going into Sephora and getting high-end cosmetics and eating almonds for dinner is the problem. They're getting influenced. Anyone who gets deep enough into the echo chamber doesn't need to be told that it's their fault. They need help getting out. This whole healthy thing is the event horizon of a goddamn black hole. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that it ain't too much of you talking about being a woman. It's more you really going in on like that eating disorder thing and weight. But I understand what you're saying, like with the beauty standard. And with that, I have to say, fuck it. Everybody looks different. And unless you're like in an identical twin, literally every single person on this planet looks different. We might have similar features, but we're all different. And the day that everybody wake up and understand that, the better we'll be. Like, that skinny girl ain't supposed to be fat. That fat girl ain't supposed to be skinny. The tall girl ain't supposed to be short. The short girl ain't supposed to be tall. You exactly the way God made you to be. Be that. It's too much energy trying to be something else. And let me tell you something. You just gotta love who and what you are. You have to grow into that shit if you have to. Because at the end of the day, it's not gonna do anything for you sitting up there looking at somebody else's plate that's not feeding you. You still hungry because you looking at them when you should be looking at you. And that's something that I try to pride myself in as well, is that Comparison, you have to understand, it really is a thief of joy. As corny as that expression is, it is very much true. Like, you will look at somebody and think that what they got is so much better than yours, and it ain't. A lot of times it's worse. But you don't be knowing that because you're looking at the glitz and the glamour. I be telling myself that all the time. Anytime, because I'm a human being, so I'm never going to act like I don't get jealous and stuff like that, because I do. But anytime I catch myself, especially when you on social media and you seeing people do stuff that you want to do, feeling envious, jealousy, anything in the slightest bit, cut it off. Pray it away and think. Remember what I told you. You don't know what somebody did to get what they got. And that's not saying they necessarily always did bad things, but like, you don't know that person stayed up every night till 2 a.m. and then they had to get up at 5 a.m. just to get a degree. You didn't know that this person wasn't eating because they had to do this, that. Like, just don't do that, because you will live to regret it. You sitting up here looking, something that I realized today. Like, I used to be jealous of people or feel some type of way towards people who was jealous of me. That's why they was treating me like that. You have to recognize and appreciate your own gifts, your own, everything about you, baby. Everything about you, baby, because you're you. I'm so happy to be me. Nothing about me is perfect. Not my hair, not my teeth, no nothing. But guess what? I love me. And you love me too. That's why you here. Drink break. Because let's be real. The most beautiful person has their insecurities. And it's really sad for this person. But at the same time, though, when you really cannot stand or hate something about yourself, there are certain things that could change if you put in that little bit of work every day. Like, she complaining about her weight and saying how everybody don't need to be skinny and how she has like issues with the stairs and such and such. It's like, baby, put the work in. You don't have to be a skinny mini, but you can make yourself healthier. And let's not always associate skinniness with healthiness, because there are some very unhealthy skinny people. My thing is, your goal should be health, because health is wealth. Rather you skinny, rather you big, whatever it may be. As long as you healthy, who cares? And as long as you like what you see, who cares? Because let's be real. These beauty standards, especially like made and raised up by people like the Kardashians, it's not really that obtainable unless you have that bread. And even sometimes when you got that bread, you still can't reach that level of beauty. Let's be real. Filters are real. Filters are real. And on that note, we're going to end this one. But she is right. Being a woman is exhausting, especially with the double standards, because men can quote unquote do stuff that we can't. Next. I won't talk about this no more. I don't know. From that one though, more than even getting that being a woman is exhausting, I was getting that like you just don't like the weight issue stuff. So yeah. That's crazy. This shit is not closing out. We have a technical difficulties. Okay. Damn. Just got out of it. What the fuck was it doing there? Next. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna read this one because I agree. It says, I think AI is one of the most ridiculous and dangerous things for humans. Not in a sci-fi, sentient being destroys humanity sort of way, but from a propagandist, destroy critical thinking sort of way. Mentally, it stunts people. Romantically, it already attracted people. Socially, it's replacing therapists, doctors, mechanics, artists, and musicians instead of the mundane, stupid shit we as humans shouldn't need to do anymore. People have tried showing up in court with AI lawyers. People have tried making movies with AI. People are making music with AI. It's also ridiculous. People already read AI, chat GPT, whatever, as if it's God in law. They read it and then boom, that's the truth for them. Think how easy that is for someone, perhaps a government or even company, to control what someone thinks. Any answer could be programmed into AI, and people have stopped thinking critically about what that means. Personally, I think any AI program should be scrapped indefinitely. Humanity doesn't need it. It's being forced on us, and I refuse to engage with it. Every conversation about AI needs to have 50 conversations about the laws and regulations around it to make sure it's integrated safely and responsibly. And I have zero confidence that is what's happening. Instead, I have nearly certainty it will be, and most likely is, already used for malicious and nefarious purposes. Anyway, just sick and tired of reading and hearing about it all the time and wanting to yell in the void for a moment. Okay, so for this one, I don't feel like we should take it away, because I ain't gonna lie, certain people need it. Like, because they don't know how to critically think, because common sense is not common. That's not a thing. I don't really feel like common sense is a thing, because a lot of stuff that's common to others isn't common to others. But anyways, I do understand you not wanting it for that reason, because honestly, people who use it, we don't be having to think about certain stuff. It just gives us the answers. And it can get scary. It can get wicked. I've seen videos on social media that people have AI'd, and it looks real. It sounds real. They can alter somebody's voice to say they did something. They can alter somebody's movement to make it look like they did something, said something. Like, it really can get dangerous. And it gets scary, because if you know, like I know, just like, if you even deal with the court system for a little bit, you get to see how a lot of it is opinions. And that is going to be really opinions for real when they start bringing AI in the courtroom. And then you have to sit up there and see if this video or this audio recording of this person doing this thing is even real. Because everything, it feels like we're in the Matrix. I ain't gonna lie. When I be seeing certain videos, I done seen somebody make a video of Chris Brown sitting next to Rihanna, and then he turned and just started punching her. I done seen a video of Princess Tiana and what's her name? I think it was Fiona fist fighting. I done seen a baby jump up out of somebody's arms, a little baby too, and just started getting up and doing a jig. And I'm like, bro, this has to stop. This has to stop. Like, why am I seeing Elsa and Tiana fight like they on the episode of Baddies? Where I thought Miss Nunn was finna come out the corner somewhere. Like, can we please stop this? Come on. I don't want to stop it on certain tips, because when he says the nefarious reasons, that's the part that's scary. You never know what somebody is using this for. I use it for good. I'm trying to use GPT chat to become a millionaire. I'm trying to use AI to become a millionaire. I need that see, I can't even talk where I'm so excited about it. I need that financial security. Not security, security. Thank you. And that's what it's going to get us for some people. But others, there are a lot of weird, nasty, dark, creepy folks in this world who probably not using this for the right reasons. But that's their ass. Because at the end of the day got to end. Nothing that you do, even if we don't see it here, God go see you. So watch your back. Watch your back. And your front too, nigga. I like this one though, because they did have a point on so many things. And it sucks because something like this can really be so helpful to us, but it can be dangerous as well. Especially if you're a person who likes to dabble in illegal activities. This most definitely is for you. We're gonna move on to the next one, because I feel this person, but goddamn, that's like devil's advocate right there, because I love it, and in a way sometimes I be feeling like I need it, but then there are ways that it can be used against us, and very, very badly. Next story. Thank you. Let me see. We go get on this next one. And I'm going to just read too much because we're not doing too much. Because I don't like doing too much. Thank you. Let's see. Who's calling my phone? What is this? Oh, this one. My son likes Bluey. We're going to read this one. It says, my sister lets my niece watch Bluey a little too much. Okay. My sister lets my now 5-year-old niece watch Bluey all the time for the last few years. I have no issue with it, mostly because, admittedly, it's actually a pretty good show. However, my niece has started talking in an Australian accent, and my sister is freaking out a little. Personally, I think it's the funniest thing on the planet. That is so cute. Well, depending on what type of parent you are, there's no such thing as too much Bluey. Like, it's one of them cartoons that I let him watch it, but he ain't like watching it all the time because some stuff on there kind of be like, bro, what? Like, anybody who watches Bluey, I'm going to say one word and you go understand. Muffin. That's all I'm going to say is muffin. When I think of Bluey, the first thing I think of is Muffin. They should have gave Muffin a show because Muffin is funny. Muffin is funny. You want to buy it back? Yo, can I get it hot? Like, they just be talking like that on there. And it'd be hilarious, bro. Like, she was extorting an elderly woman for a wheelchair, an electric scooter, an electric wheelchair. She told the lady, you could have it back once you give me money. But until you give me money, it's mine. Sorry. Oh, Tallywanka. She didn't exactly say that. But it's like, bro, Muffin is funny. I don't know why the mama freaking out, though. Like, I ain't gonna cap. If my son started speaking in like an accent, especially if it was something cool, like British or Australian, I would love it. I would think it's so cute. Then on top of that, you could put your little baby in a British play and they're going to do exceptionally because they can already speak in a British accent just like your mom. You see how good I am at that? Bro, this is years in the making. Thank you. We're going to move on to the next story, but I don't see why the mother is quite angry. I think that's really cute that the baby is speaking in an Australian accent. Next story. Woo! I don't know. I think that was so cute. Like, I could just hear it now. Mommy, get the call. I'm so hungry. Lovely. Let me think. Okay, this is going to be our last one. I'm turning up with y'all. One last time. One. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Wheel. I'm screaming. This one says, my mom hit me just because I called her a weirdo. Mom hit me because I called her a weirdo. She doesn't want my brother to date, but I met his girl, not really together yet, and I agreed that she was pretty. Then she got all mad and ignored me. So I called her jokingly a weirdo because of it. I was even laughing. Then she hit me and got all mad, saying that when will I understand how much this hurts her? When you become a mother, you will know the pain I'm feeling. Not her first time hurting me. She first did it when I was little. She thought I was lying, so she slapped me hard and never said sorry. So I really don't know anymore on what to feel about this. Your mom. She's probably like one of them moms, them boy moms. And depending on who you are, when somebody calls you a boy mom, it's not a good thing. Because some of y'all need some deep-rooted therapy, because either you taking out stuff that you went through with their dad out on them, or you act like you want to date your son. You act like you want to marry your son. You act like you and your son are in holy matrimony, and it's fucking weird. I knew somebody like that. I dumped him. And you want to know why? Because ain't nobody got time for that shit. I'm not finna sit up here and try to play and compete with your mama. I'm not your mama. And why is your mama doing that to me? Like, come on. We are two different entities in his life. There's no reason to compete. You can't do what I can do for and with him, and vice versa. We are two women in his life, but completely different. Like, the mama and the wife or the girlfriend, whatever, two completely different things. But I know I hate it when I see a mom and it's like just smothering her kids. You're smothering. Because it's like, bro, you cannot keep your kids from making mistakes. The only thing you can do is tell them about this, what's going to happen, and move forward. But at the end of the day, son, a lot of people are hard-headed. They have to touch the top of the stove. They have to understand what you really mean. Because there's been plenty of times in my life where somebody tell me something and it's like, okay, dumbass, go do it. Then you be sitting there looking stupid like, fuck. This motherfucker literally told me not to do that shit. My dumb ass went and did that shit. What the fuck is wrong with me? This person literally tried to spare me from some bullshit. But I said, no. I'm going to walk right on into the bullshit. Just walking on right in. Walking on right into the bullshit. Walking on right in. Walking on right into the bullshit. Dead ass. Like, I just feel like none of this was that serious. Like, your mom didn't have to hit you for calling her a weirdo. Because honestly, I do feel like she was being a weirdo. You got to let your son learn on his own. And especially like if you're one of the people that try to drive a wedge in between the two of them, you're just going to make it worse. He's going to want her more because you don't want him to want her. That's usually how it works for some reason. I don't fucking know why, but that's how it be. I feel like both of y'all wrong. You shouldn't call your mom a weirdo if that hurts her feelings. And your mom shouldn't hit you for calling her a weirdo if she's being weird. So yeah, that's how we're going to end that one. Let's break the cycles of emotional incest, because that's exactly what it is. It's emotional incest. You have to stop that. You got to let your son date who he want to date. You got to let your son live. Because at the end of the day, he's only going to get bigger. He's his own person, even when he's a child. And you have to let him be him. You got to let him do him. Now, if she just straight up dangerous or some shit like that, like, I understand. But, like, he's literally just a kid dating. Like, let him date. Like, a lot of times the shit don't nothing really come out of this shit a lot of times anyway. So it's like, whatever. Fuck it. Stop in the name of love. Before you break your son's heart. And that is how we're going to end off this episode. I just had to throw something in right quick, because as you can see, I don't even have on the correct attire. Every time I sit here with y'all, I like to have on some fancy pantsy pajamas, looking cute. But we had to squeeze this one in this week, so I'm going to give you what I got until it's gone. I want to thank you all for tuning in, listening to, watching, whatever, my podcast, RedditRah. I'm your host, Queen Raw, and God bless you all. Thank you for being here. And before you even leave, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Either or. Even if you just do one of the four, I'll be happy. You want to make me happy? Because I'm trying to make you happy. So let's make each other happy. Thank you. I love you niggas and wiggers and jiggers. I'm going to see you next Friday. Peace out, homeboy.